And there's a high price to the top. And Blue Bomber's block is knocked off.
The one reason I started TVDays.com was to have a place to post my videos and the films that I've been restoring.
Stomach's jumping, and I'll feel worse tomorrow.
Ideals Robot Commando.
I'm a very lucky girl. I've got a Tootsie Roll Pop.
This is some of the rarest one-of-a-kind material in the country. Unless my collection is saved, preserved, and put somewhere else, no one is going to see this again.
You'll love Tootsie Roll Pops.
Real one? No, I don't. This is terrible. The one we want is Caught in the Middle.
Hey, cuz, you all rat tail sharp. How about giving us a few of them pennies?
One amazing find was Caught in the Middle, a color kinescope that was made by CBS in 1970. And as I'm watching it, there's Morgan Freeman.
I got things breaking for me. Pretty soon I'll be able to throw some pennies your way.
Visual media, television in particular, isn't taken as seriously as the printed media. There are libraries and archives filled with newspapers, magazines recording the thoughts and controversies of the ages, but who's keeping the record of television, particularly early television? Well, Ira Gallen's trying, and he's with us this morning to share some of his junk on the table and his ideas and the stuff you've found.
And I'm as old as that logo.
How do you find this stuff?
Well, one of the things is it literally is not a museum or library in the country that houses the complete history of television. It just doesn't exist. You watch the American movie classics, they preserve film history, not kinescopes, not TV history.
What are kinescopes?
Kinescopes are when a lot of the shows in the early 50s were recorded live. A film camera filmed it off the TV set onto a film negative. Copies were made. They were syndicated around the country. That's how a lot of these film prints are around today. But the big problem is they're starting to decompose. As I brought an example in today, from Broadway Open House with Jerry Lester, written by Neil Simon, all starting to deteriorate. And because in the early days, nitrate film exploded, safety stock people thought just wouldn't explode, but is decomposing. And now a vinegar virus is spreading through the film prints. So maybe less than a decade, we won't have a TV or film history if we don't start preserving this stuff now. But when it comes to TV history, there are no major programs to do it.
But we are prone to nostalgia as well as history. ABC's John McKenzie has been rummaging in the past. Gallen not only collects old toys, but 5 days a week he puts on his own half-hour cable TV show.
You might say he's trying to relive his childhood, which is nice work if you can get it.
TV historian Ira Gallen is one of the few people in the country who's been able to collect some of the most precious moments of television history. He just literally tossed everything. NBC, CBS just didn't care about collecting. There are no major programs to restore TV history and even television commercials like they are for feature films. And if it's not done in the next 5 to 10 years, we won't have that history anymore.
It's hard to believe that until recently, no official film or video record existed. However, New York's Ira Gallen has become the unofficial record keeper extraordinaire. He's been collecting obscure TV shows and commercials from the 50s and 60s since he was 18 years old, and now owns the world's largest private collection of television history.
Very few people know the history of the commercials themselves and when they were out. 3,000 commercials from Channel 5 were thrown into the garbage can. Duncan Hines, 1964 Prestone, Pepsi commercials. Yes, folks, Pepsi commercials. And a lot of commercials. I don't know what any of this stuff is. We have a warehouse of close to 30,000 commercials now. These were the commercials. Each one was a 60 or a 30-second commercial sent to the local stations. They would then take the commercial from the ad agency or the company. The 30-second or commercial would be edited into the film print, and then the film print would be shown live on the air. I always wanted a little of everything. So what do you mean? You have newsreels? I'll take them. Castle films? I'll take them. Early TV shows? I'll take them. Commercials, half-hour commercials. Ooh, George Gobel shows, Juvenile Jury. This is all part of a collection that I have never gotten to in about 15 years. And the owner of the Clio Awards was in a drug deal. They burnt down his townhouse, and there, folks, is films that I have just pulled out of sales films, commercials, regional films, spot advertisements. Great history of television that I've never been able to get to.
Ready, welcome back. I want to
to thank my friend Ira Gallen at Video Resources for sending me that milk commercial of Clint Eastwood. I'd like to thank my buddy Ira Gallen from Video Resources in New York for sending us the tape of Dustin. I'm sure Dustin will speak with him later about that.
Well, I couldn't make it cross country without my 2 little ounces of Slim.
My friend called me and said, "Oh, you've got her on. I've got this commercial." I said, "Oh, send it to me, son."
What's the name of your friend?
Ira Gallen.
I know Ira.
Do you know Ira?
Yes, I know Ira.
Ira Gallen watches entirely too much TV. But instead of rotting his brain, it's lining his pockets and helping him relive his childhood. Ira's carved a career out of dumpster diving for old TV shows and commercials, and he's come up with tens of thousands of them.
It's Procter & Gamble's Golden Fluffo.
But do you still have that prestigious Fluffo account, Mike?
I'd like to get somebody up here and embarrass me.
I'm sorry. Grew up with TV, and TV grew up with us, like the kid shows from the golden age of New York television.
Hear the melodies, hear the words, and we're kids again. Ira Gallen collects old commercials and old TV shows and TV toys. He's trying to recreate the TV of his childhood on this excellent cable TV show, Biograph Days, Biograph Nights.
We're talking about toys. What is hot at the toy fair? Of course, when we talk toys here on Smart Money with the Dolans on CNBC, who do we talk to? Ira Gallen.
Of course.
Exactly. Get excited about these toys. This is the oldest kid I know.
When we come back, the largest toy commercial collection in America and the history of selling toys on TV. Ira Gallen's collection of toy commercials is as old as television itself. He took us on a tour of his TV ads from his New York City archive.
Since the 1970s, after I graduated high school and got into college, I found out that film history didn't exist. There's no way there was a class that you could study film history because the films weren't released yet or haven't been restored yet. Film history books hadn't been written. The AFI had only been in existence for a few years. The Paley Center, formerly the Museum of Radio and Television, had only been in business since the early 1980s. And I went out and I started buying everything I can get my hands on. This stuff one day will find a home. Faith for Today. Someone was getting rid of a Ho religious show. That's about this part here. This other part is Wild Cargo. It's a nature film. Some guy went to the jungles of Africa and started making nature films. This is from the early 50s, some color, some black and white. More Faith for Today. Something on Wonders of the Sea. Have some cool porno. Lots of shorts from around the country. All have to be moved to another space. Thing is a mess of films. Bishop Sheen in the park. Unbelievable. Rare. Paramount TV. Poker Parade. Oh. I know you guys think I'm crazy. Poker Parade is terrific. Barn Dance, 35mm. And you're able to get some really cool premiums.
The Joe DiMaggio
film shorts. This is
starring the Yankee Clipper, Joe DiMaggio himself.
Time to pack this up somewhat neatly.
Hugh Hefner, who was a hugely successful newcomer to the publishing world. His formula for success is elemental, and whether you
this is Nightbeat, Mike
condone or
Wallace.
deplore
This is rare.
Hugh Hefner has proved beyond any doubt that there is indeed nothing like a day.
Lot to do.
He was late today.